Okay, listen. Most beauty pageants foster the fantasy of the ideal woman.
Pshaw.
Yeah. For years, though, one contest right here in NYC celebrated the everyday, remarkable gal.
For more than 30 years, it was impossible not to see the Miss Subway placards while commuting around the city. Now, the timeless beauties are back for a reunion at the one and only, the iconic Ellen's Stardust Diner in Times Square.
That is right. Now, former winners Maureen Walsh, Roaldsen, and Shirley Martin are just two of the many women pictured on those quintessential posters seen underground. And today, folks, we have the esteemed honor to have those two gals on our show. So without any further ado, please welcome former Miss Subways Maureen and Shirley.
Ladies!
Oh, and they got the waves down too.
The royal wave.
The royal. This is, I feel like we're a Miss
I gotta sit up a little straighter right now. Hold on.
Well, well, well. You girls look younger now than when you were actually Miss Subway.
Oh, that's so sweet of you to
That's such a
say.
nice thing to say.
Not sweet.
May we get it in writing?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Subway, I have to be honest with you. I didn't know what it was. You knew what it was. How was this something that you two found out about, and what was it about Miss Subway that made you want to be a part of it?
You first, please.
Actually, how it came about for me, I was working part-time out at Shea Stadium as a hostess in the Diamond Club. And one of the young ladies there, Judy Marshall, was a Miss Subways. And she said to me, gee, Maureen, she said, send your picture in and see what happens. So I did, and it worked out. Actually, when I was up there, it was one of the first times they had a voting contest. People had to send in postcards, and there were 6 of us. And the public actually voted.
Wow.
On Miss
Your
Subway.
people.
Which one was Miss Subways? And I had a lovely reign. I mean, I got to go to Nixon's inauguration.
Excuse you.
I met Fred Astaire at the premiere of Finian's Rainbow at Ziegfeld Theater.
Oh my goodness.
And it was really a lovely, lovely time. And the best part with the Miss Subways, and I'm assuming Shirley feels the same way, are these beautiful reunions that Ellen Hart Sturm from Ellen's Stardust Diner has. I mean, it's amazing. And all the gals get together, and they're an amazing group of women.
Yes.
Madam, tell us your
Floor is
story.
yours.
Yes.
Well, my story was I was a flight attendant for TWA. Flying out of Idlewild at the time.
Right, 1960, by the way, I believe, is when it
1960,
changed
yes.
over. Yeah.
And absolutely, I was actually having, since they were very strict in TWA, you had make sure you had a fire and ice nail polish, fire and ice lipstick. You had to be perfect.
Wow.
Because you were being a hostess to other
Right.
people on the plane. And of course, that's when everybody got dressed up to be on the plane.
Oh, please. Gone are the days.
Exactly, exactly.
I look homeless on the plane when I travel.
That's true. So anyway, actually the hairdresser asked me, she said, you know, have you ever modeled? And I said, well, back in California, because I'm originally from California. And she said, well, I think you'd make a great Miss Subways. And I said, really? So anyway, I was selected. I was very thrilled to be Miss Subways. May, June, 1960.
May, June 1960, and here you are, still friends. So did you know each other when you were Miss Subways?
No, actually,
She's
Ellen
younger.
is the one who's responsible because
Right.
she had her first reunion in 1983.
Right.
Ellen of Ellen's Stardust.
Stardust
Yes, okay.
Diner. And then there was a book that was published
Right.
that was written by Fiona Gardner
Oh, yes.
a few years ago.
Yep.
And Fiona traveled, I know, all over the country.
Yes.
And was able to get just about every Miss Subways. If she couldn't get the person, she could get the information on them. It was a very nice undertaking, I thought.
Yeah.
So I take the subway almost every day. You take it occasionally.
Enough, yeah.
What was the responsibility of a Miss Subways? What was your job? Did you have one?
Well, we had to represent New York in a lot of, as I say, I went to a lot of different functions as a
you were with
representative.
Nixon. You were with
Fred-
President
you just
Nixon.
represent-
Well,
Fred Astaire, hello.
No,
Sorry.
but I mean, it's just the idea that it was a very integral part, shall I say,
Yes.
of New York history, I
Yes,
believe.
absolutely.
Because we were talking outside, And I had a grandfather who was in the fire department here from 1905 to 1922.
God bless.
And he had been at the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire. He was very, and we were always taught that New York history was very important. And it was actually an integral part. In fact,
You brought
I should
a
say,
placard.
We have a
you
problem.
know,
Oh my goodness.
Excuse
Hold
me.
on.
you know,
Show this to Jordan.
that's my shrunken
Miss
poster.
Meet Subway's Maureen Walsh.
Yes, and that's, we were all working class.
Yes,
In fact, the
absolutely.
Well,
ladies.
that was our next question.
Yes.
You know, you mentioned you were a flight attendant. You,
I was the secretary at the time.
Okay. Was there an idea when you were signing? I mean, it seems like you just did it because somebody said you should, and so you did it on a whim almost. But was there an idea going into of what it was going to mean for you? Like, did you have maybe hopes and dreams? And then did it deliver? What did it do to enhance or change or kind of propel your lives or your careers?
Actually, I think it helped as far as
Yes, absolutely.
public speaking and, you know, socializing and all. And I think it was, you actually represented New York.
Exactly.
And it was a very, I always felt it was a privilege.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, you know, it really helped me because eventually, almost all, I have 4 children and 9 grandchildren.
Oh my goodness.
And my one granddaughter lives in New York because she was at Barnard and she loved New York so much. So when I moved back to California eventually because my family, and I was actually at the 1984 Olympics as a VIP hostess. So it was really important because I was representing America.
Wow.
Wow.
So that was quite a privilege. Of course, they're going to have the Olympics again in Los Angeles in a few years. And of course, I'll be working there.
I was going to say, they better have you back, and they have to have a throne
will.
waiting.
That's right, as well you should. So talk to us about, we've mentioned Ellen Stardust Diner, Ellen herself. So Ellen, of the famous Ellen Stardust Diner, was a Miss Subway.
Yes, she was.
She was.
And there is a 50th reunion happening? Is that correct? It's 50,
No,
50
is it
years.
50?
Is it 50?
No.
Let me carry the 1, do the
Wait a minute.
5.
Well, here it
Let's see,
is.
what does the sign
Let's
say?
see.
Okay,
Long story short,
Are we gonna have
76
to
was
do
the last
math?
Miss Subway. I was just thinking that.
you're having a reunion. Talk
Yes.
to us about
Yes.
that.
Well, we're looking forward to it because we have it, every 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
She's been having, and it's nice to keep in touch with the gals and to find out how life has evolved for people.
Are we expecting a big turnout?
Oh, yeah.
I imagine
Well,
so.
I don't
think
know
there are
really.
13 of us.
Wow.
That's
I
honorable
think 12 or
mention.
13,
Yeah.
right?
That's
I
double
believe.
digits. It's
I
enough for
believe.
me
That's
when
right.
it comes
Yeah,
to a party.
That's
yeah.
right.
And as I say, you know, our lives have evolved. I became an attorney. I went to law school at night when I worked.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like so many people. We have one Miss Subways who got her pilot's license. And we were talking outside, and it was an interesting contest. It wasn't a beauty contest per se.
It certainly sounds like it was more about the whole person.
Personality.
I think we need to bring this back.
I think we do.
Exactly.
The two of you, thank you so much for joining
Oh,
us.
thank you for having us.
And
Yes.
come back, please. We'd
Definitely.
like to keep tabs on.
Okay.
And you know what? You behave at that.
I know.
Well, we try.
Well, I
Ellen
might see you
Stardust.
at the
Yeah,
Olympics.
yeah.
That's right.
She
We'll
will
look forward
see
to
you
it on
definitely at
TV.
the
Absolutely. I'm going to
Olympics.
give this back to you. Thank you for
Thank you.
bringing it.